Concerning space weather, official confirms several geomagnetic storms are hitting Earth this week, and we may even have a glancing blow possible today, according to space weather. NOAA forecasters say that a CME might deliver a glancing blow to Earth's magnetic field later today, March 19th, 20th. The storm was launched 3 days ago by an erupting filament of magnetism on the sun. This is a low confidence forecast. The CME might miss. Minor J1 class geomagnetic storms are possible if and when the CME arrives. So we have several confirmed geomagnetic storms hitting this week. The sun continuing to rowdy behavior with flares and coronal mass ejections almost every day since mid-January. That means the inevitable has happened. Some of those eruptions have blasted in the general direction of our Earth, which means we're in for some solar storms. Space Weather Prediction Center of the U.S. National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, NOAA, and the British Met Office have both issued advisories for mild and moderate geomagnetic storms over the next couple of days. That does not mean we're having anything to worry about. In fact, we're already being hit by mild and moderate geomagnetic storms over the last couple of days, clocking it in class of G1 and G2 on the 5-level solar storm scale. This level indicates there may be some degradation of high-frequency radio signals at high latitudes, and corrective actions may need to be taken for satellites due to changes in drag. There may be power grid fluctuations, some disruptions in migratory animals' activity, and if the conditions are right, satellites can be knocked out of the sky. This happened a couple of weeks ago with the Starlink of Elon Musk, that about 50 of them had been decommissioned and coming down through our atmosphere. Now, we may also see an uptick of both Aurora Borealis and Aurora Australis, northern and southern lights. There's a chance of enhancements to the auroral oval at times during 13th, 14th of March and now, as a result of the coronal mass ejections, 2 of them, and a coronal hole, high-speed streaming arriving at Earth. According to British Met Office advisory, these light shows may be seen as low as 55-degree latitude at each pole. In other words, coming as low as the central United States. Now, solar storms are pretty normal space weather, occurring even whenever our sun grows more active, where, as we know, the solar cycle happens every 11 years, and now we're heading into the maximum. As a result, CMEs and solar winds cause disruptions to Earth's magnetic field and upper atmosphere, and currently both are happening. CMEs are pretty much exactly what they sound like. They're sun's corona, the outermost region of its atmosphere. It erupts, ejecting plasma and magnetic fields into space. If the CME is pointed towards our Earth, the collision of the solar ejecta with Earth's magnetic field causes a geomagnetic storm, also known as a solar storm. Solar winds emerge from the holes in the sun's corona. These are cooler, less dense regions of plasma in the sun's atmosphere with more open magnetic fields. Such open regions allow the solar winds to escape more easily, blowing electromagnetic radiation into space at high speeds. If the hole is facing our Earth, these winds can blow right at us. When charged particles from the sun hit Earth's atmosphere, they get channeled along Earth's magnetic field lines to the poles, where they rain down into the upper atmosphere and interact with molecules therein. And this interaction ionizes the molecules and makes them glow, and this is the aurora. According to Space Weather Aurora Forecast, we recently have maximum levels KP6, KP5 respectively on the 10-point KP index of geomagnetic activity, and that means a strong possibility of bright dynamic auroras, northern and southern lights, with the likelihood of auroral corona, so it's a good time to chase lights in the sky. If it seems like the sun is a bit more active lately, it's because it is. Our star goes through its 11-year activity cycles with a marked peak and trough known as the solar maximum and solar minimum. The solar minimum, when the sun's magnetic field is at its weakest, takes place when the sun's magnetic poles switch places. The most recent solar minimum took place December 2019. That means we're currently escalating towards the solar maximum. That's when the solar magnetic field is at its strongest. And because the sun's magnetic field controls its activity, this means we'll be seeing an uptick in sunspots, solar flares, and CMEs. Sunspots are temporary regions of strong magnetic fields that form where the solar magnetic field tangles. Solar maximum is due to take place around July 2025. It can be difficult to predict how active any given cycle is going to be, but there's evidence to suggest we might be entering the strongest cycle recorded to date. More powerful solar storms can cause more significant problems, so hopefully our star will keep its relatively low key. And this is on Science Alert by Michael Starr. Please, and Space Weather. Please leave your comments. Thank you for your support. Please support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.